1, year 2021, claimant F. Kenton Bashore. This American pastor bases his prediction on the prior suggestion that Jesus would return in 1988, i.e. within one biblical generation, 40 years of the founding of Israel in 1948. Bashore argues that the prediction was correct, but that the definition of a biblical generation was incorrect and was actually 70-80 years, placing the second coming of Jesus between 2018 and 2028. Where are you, buddy? And the rapture during 2021 at the latest. Bashore argues that a series of signs before apocalypse are mentioned in the Bible, and these signs are slowly turning true over the past couple of years. The evangelical theologist reveals that an alien invasion will also happen before the doomsday. Jesus will mark the second coming to the earth shortly after the apocalypse. You're late, buddy. Bashore made these predictions after analyzing various biblical prophecies, and he believes that the mysterious sounds and trumpets from the skies, which were heard all across the world recently, are an indication that the doomsday is imminent. I wouldn't be surprised that something messed up is gonna happen next, but honestly, after reviewing a lot of history on Bumblebee, I think we can do it. I think we can survive it. I think we're a pretty resilient little parasite, you know? We're pretty good at that stuff. So all I keep hearing is that, like, Jesus keeps saying another 20 minutes. You know? Oh, just 5 more minutes. Yeah, guys, 5 more minutes. Just another 1,000 years, I'll be there. Number 2, year 2026, claimant Messiah Foundation International. This spiritual organization predicts that the world will end in 2026 when an asteroid collides with Earth, in accordance with Riaz Ahmed Gohar Shahi's prediction in his book, The Religion of God. He claims the comet will be the cause of total destruction, though mentions that in order to intimidate mankind, God plans destruction on a small scale. Okay. Gohar Shahi claimed to have met with Jesus in America. Why always in America? Shahi's supporters claim that his face became prominent on the moon, sun, nebula star, and the black stone in Mecca, and that these appearances are signs from God that Gohar Shahi is awaited Imam Mahdi, Messiah, and Kalki Avatar. I don't know what any of the last bit means. I'm trying to take this seriously. I'm trying, Shresh, but it's very hard when I'm just so intimidated by God. Number 3, year 2028. Claimant Kent Hovind. Kent E. Hovind is an American Christian fundamentalist, evangelist, and tax protester. So many things to do. He is a controversial figure in the young earth creationist movement whose ministry focuses on denial of scientific theories in the fields of biology, evolution, geophysics, and cosmology in favor of a literalist interpretation of the Genesis creation narrative found in the Bible. While clarifying there is no way to be certain, this Christian fundamentalist evangelist speculated in 2015 that 2028 was the most likely date for the rapture. In his book, What on Earth is About to Happen for Heaven's Sake? Dissertation on End Times According to the Holy Bible, he gives a brief overview of the evidence supporting the biblical view of creation and the flood, and gives an easy to understand explanation of what the Bible teaches about the coming tribulation time, the rapture of the believers, the time of God's wrath, the battle of Armageddon, and the end of the world. In addition, there's a long section on what we should do in light of what is coming. Okay, well, I mean, it's always good to have that information just in your back pocket, because honestly, who knows? We just had a pandemic. The world just is nuts, and I don't understand anything that's going on. I'm just trying to live life day by day. But previously, when we did number 2, I think Asteroid is the scariest way to end the world, because, like, what can you do about that? You're like, oh, it's going. All right, I guess this is it, guys. I quit. This one, however, I just don't know. He lost me at dissertation. A dissertation on the Bible. Can't. Those two words don't go together. Number 4, date 31st of December 2129. Sayyid Nursar. This Sunni Muslim theologian, author of the Risale-e-Nur and founder of the Nur movement, wrote in a letter to one of his students that by applying numerology to a hadith, he had arrived at a date of 1545 for the arrival of doomsday. 1545 in the Hijri calendar would be 2122. In the Rumi calendar, it would be 2129. Nursar added that this was not a definite prediction, as nobody knows the time of doom in a strict manner. Okay, well, honestly, I'm the most okay with this one because I'm probably gonna be long gone by that point. So I don't really have to stress about that one too much, you know? Again, in 2021, I can chill out a little bit more. As much as I can. Number 5, date 30th of September 2239. Claimant: Talmud, Orthodox, Judaism. According to the Talmud and mainstream Orthodox Judaism, the Messiah will come within 6,000 years of the creation of Adam, and the world may be destroyed 1,000 years later. It's depressing. This would put the beginning of the period of desolation in 2239 and the end of the period of desolation in 3239. According to tradition, the Hebrew calendar started at the time of creation, placed at 3761 BCE. The current 2122 Hebrew year is 5782. Okay. I mean, this is my question. I mean, if you remember when everybody was freaking out about 2012? Like, I remember looking out my window just in case and just did a little goodbye to the world on the eve of 2012 because I was like, just in case, I just want to know that I said goodbye. Woke up, life was as normal. You know what I mean? And I just feel like there's gonna be so much hype for these years that when you finally get to it and nothing happens, it's like, okay, well, what does this mean for our beliefs? Number 6, the Large Hadron Collider. The LHC, located at the European Organization for Nuclear Research, can recreate the Big Bang in its underground facility in Switzerland. Yeah, I know. As a result, some theorists have claimed the giant proton colliding machine could create black holes which could swallow the Earth. Despite the dangers, the LHC was turned on in 2008 and the world is still intact. Yes, it is still intact so far as we know. Perhaps it was we split into a whole bunch of different quantum realities and we're only living in this one today and the next one is different. You know what I mean? It could be anything. I know Stephen Hawking was also really concerned about this machine. He was like, I really want it to be built, but if things go wrong, they'll go really wrong. So hopefully things don't go wrong. But this is the most believable out of all the predictions because, you know, who knows. Number 7. In around 5 billion years, it is predicted that the sun will turn into a red giant star caused by a helium burning process. It will expand and swallow Mercury and Venus and most likely Earth as well. Whether our planet is consumed or not, the movement of the sun will mean the end of life on Earth. The human race will have to figure out a way of leaving the planet to have a more habitable home. This is true. We do have a lot of time though, but this is very true. Besides the actual climate crisis we're in right now, we don't actually have a lot of time to figure this stuff out, which is why we're going to Mars, I think, hopefully by the 2030s. Maybe. But yeah, that's gonna happen. That's a prediction, but that's also like a pattern of the universe, so it's probably gonna happen. Stars do that all the time. They just explode and consume what's around them. Little mini death bombs. Little mini death bombs. Big, massive, huge death bombs of magic, because wow, space. Number 8, rogue black hole. Ooh, this one's cool. There are 100 million black holes in our galaxy, and the growth in the number of these black holes could one day cause our star system to collapse. In fact, there is a black hole that scientists say is growing and slowly reaching Earth. Yippee! The black hole named XJ1417+52 is a so-called intermediate mass black hole, tipping the scale at about 100,000 times the mass of the sun, the statement said. This is smaller than supermassive black holes, which are generally defined as those with 100,000 to 10 billion times the sun's mass. I also learned about this from NASA too. There's black holes that are stationary, and then there's ones that just kind of wander, and there's one in our galaxy that's just like woo 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 woo. Yeah, because that's what black holes do. They go woo 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 woo. Probably. So again, out of our control. Just gotta keep living life and being kind to people. And if stuff like that happens, you know, we did our best. Number 9, the Hopi prophecy. This is a prophecy that was established by the Hopi Indians, and the prophecy states that after a spirit by the name of Blue Star Cassina is visible to everyone in the day of purification, basically a series of catastrophic events, is realized, the true white brother will come to Earth in search of Hopi, the Hopi elders who are supposed to preserve the natural balance of the world. And if the true white brother is unable to find uncorrupted men and women, the world we know will be destroyed. Ooh, this one kind of sounds like the day the earth stood still. You know, like where like that alien comes down. I think it's this movie, correct me if I'm wrong, where like the alien comes down and goes like, alright, are people good? Are people good? And then he reports back that we aren't because we got problems. And then like they're like, wait, no, there is good in the world. Come, look at this. And I think it ends happily. I haven't seen it in a long time. I can't remember. But reminds you of that. Honestly, why does every religion have like a prediction for the end of the world? You know what I mean? Like, are we that pessimistic? You know? Or are we just aware that things can go very, very wrong if we don't stay in line? Who knows? Number 10, AI takeover. iRobot. An AI takeover is a real-world scenario in which computers, artificial intelligence (AI), becomes the dominant form of intelligence on Earth. As computer programs or robots effectively take control of the planet away from the human species, possible scenarios include replacement of the entire human workforce, takeover by a superintelligent AI, and the popular notion of a robot uprising. Some public figures such as Stephen Hawking and Elon Musk have advocated research into precautionary measures to ensure future superintelligent machines remain under human control. A significant problem is that unfriendly artificial intelligence is likely to be much easier to create than friendly AI. While both require large advances in recursive optimization process design, friendly AI also requires the ability to make goal structures invariant under self-improvement, or the AI could transform itself into something unfriendly, and a goal structure that aligns with human values and does not undergo instrumental convergence in ways that may automatically destroy the entire human race. An unfriendly AI, on the other hand, can optimize for an arbitrary goal structure which does not need to be invariant under self-modification. I mean, humans will probably be the weapon of mass destruction for ourselves. Like, we will probably mechanize a way that accidentally destroys us. I mean, I'm sure you guys can tell, but like, I'm leaning more on the side of science here, being like, yeah, science, the things that we create could potentially have the means to destroy us. So in terms of artificial intelligence, it is really scary. It's scary how helpful it is and how addictive it is and how much we actually kind of use it every day and don't even notice. And then like, imagine that tenfold. Anyways guys, that's all the time we have for today. I've been your host, Rachel Fisher, and until next time, take care and stay scared. Okay. Alright. Let's have a look, see what's going on. Oh, okay, alright. The rapture during 2021, the latest? It's November. What? In order to intimidate mankind, God plans destruction on a small scale. Wait. What? Pardon?
I don't think you can laugh at this. I think you gotta make it.
Oh, I know, but like, it's so hard to be serious because God's like, I have to intimidate them. I'm a being from the sky with superior knowledge, and I have to intimidate mankind. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, I'll reread that again. That's so stupid. Oh God. Okay, sorry, scroll up. Because I have to intimidate them.